extra time.
People do make mistakes, but if we learn from that and we are genuine about wanting to do better and commit to doing better, then that's a good thing. So even though, like the first ball of a game, you might make a mistake, you've still got the rest of the day to get through. The players are responsible for the game that they play. You know, and if they do the right thing, there's no problems. Whether that's accepting the umpire's decision, whether that's playing fair, or whether it's not tampering the ball. You know, if they're doing the right thing, we're not having these types of conversations. But, you know, player behaviour and the way that people play the game is a team issue. It's not an umpiring issue. Player behaviour belongs with the captain, it belongs with the team. And so that's why you see a lot of umpires these days check the ball regularly. Fall of a wicket, if it goes outside the boundary, drinks breaks, irregular inspections. It's an element of the game that we have to be vigilant about, and we need to make sure that we are constantly monitoring and checking where possible. You can only play the team that's in front of you. You know, we don't play the game on paper. We play the game based on the 11 that's put out on the field, and I think, you know, India can only play that 11, and that's the team that they play against. And if there's a Smith and a Warner and a Bancroft there, then so be it. If there's not, well, there's not. And when you lost one of your rising stars who was injured in the warm-up game before the Test series, I'm sure that that player would have been part of your 11 perhaps as well, but you can only play the team, and not to have Ravi Ashwin part of the last two Test matches would have been not the preferred team to play either. I think no matter where you go in life, there are good people and there are not so good people, and there are things that go well and some things that don't go well. But I think by and large the series has been very exciting. We've seen some fantastic cricket. We've seen players rise to the challenge. We've seen your captain do something that no other Indian captain has been able to do before. I think all those good things should be celebrated, and I think we should focus on the positive. So from what I understand with Virat, watching his career obviously at close quarters, was he took over the captaincy at a very difficult time. You know, when MS decided to move on from that role during an Australian series. Look, there was one particular moment in my career where I saw Virat as a batsman. It was a one-day international tri-series in Australia, in Hobart. And I think it was India playing Sri Lanka. And he scored 100 and plenty. But every shot in that innings was in the middle of the bat. He was almost faultless. So I don't think we've ever questioned Virat's cricketing ability. But I think leading a team, and particularly leading an Indian team, with such focus and scrutiny and expectation and outside pressure, is something that you can only really feel when you get in the job. I saw a man that was very composed, who was very comfortable in his skin, who was very humble about what his side had achieved, was very respectful and appreciative for the efforts of all of his team members, and he acknowledged that it was a team effort. And to be a good leader, you have to have a really good team around you, and everyone has to know their role, and everybody has to perform and execute their role.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.